Nityanandam, welcome dear viewers. We heard the beautiful leelas of Bhagavan Sundareshwara and the great way Bhagavan Sundareshwara and Devi Parashakti manifested in Madurai as Ellamalla Siddhar, and how Paramashiva continued to perform the miracles in the lives of the Nayanmars, and not just then as Sundareshwara, or not just in the life of Nayanmars, even today. The 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva and Devi Parashakti are continuously manifesting through the Nijavatara, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashiva. And today we have many devotees joining us from around the world to share their excitement, their joy, their experience with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Devi Parashakti herself. First joining us on the line is Ma Kaladevi from New Zealand. Nityananda Ma.
Nityanandama.
Nityanandama, thank you so much for joining us for your sharing today. If you can kindly introduce yourself, where you're from, your name, and also how long you've known Swamiji.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Kaladevi Ananda, and I live in New Zealand. I'm a Hollywood film makeup artist. I'm currently in Australia filming, and I met Swamiji in 2007.
Wow.
I was in New Zealand, yes. I was in New Zealand, and at that time in 2007, I think there were about 50 videos only. That was right at the beginning, and I came upon one of Swamiji's videos, and I watched the first one and then stayed up the whole night and watched all 50 of them. And
oh my God.
And my daughter, who was only 5 at the time, I was just giving her yogurt and cheese. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to do anything, just watch these videos. And the last video, Swamiji said, if you think you're experiencing me by watching me in video, he said, you need to be in my presence. And then the next day, I was on a plane and I took my daughter. And so that's how it happened. That I just saw Swamiji and I just knew I had to be with him. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, amazing, Ma. Well, there are so many things that I wanted to point out to all our viewers watching us. You know, if you had watched one of Swamiji's videos, you will know exactly what Ma Kaladevi is sharing. You just can't stop. You know, it's just like pulls you one after the next, and I'm sure every one of us who have been following Swamiji on YouTube will totally agree to what Ma Kaladevi is saying. And this was way back in 2009, so that was 2007, 14 years back. The YouTube channel had just started, so we started the official YouTube channel in the year 2006. So in 2007, there were about 50 videos. And that channel with 50 videos in 2007 has now grown to more than 10,000 videos. And we have more than 300 subscribers. And the YouTube has been one of the most important channels to reach the message of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to the world. Maximum number of people, humanity have connected to the Supreme Pontiff through YouTube. He is one of the most watched, spiritual gurus on YouTube. So beautiful, Ma. You couldn't stop watching until you finished all 50. And at the end of the 50th one, you hear wow, this is like a perfect Hollywood movie. Script. This is like, oh my God. Beautiful,
and I just have to say this, and it was during the time where we were having, there was an actor strike, so we weren't filming, and my funds were very, very low. I was living off my savings, and I didn't have money for a ticket for myself and my daughter. And we manifested the next day 2 round-trip first-class tickets. And that's how Swamiji brought me to him. And that was that's how it started. And then all the miracles happened one after another after that. That's how that happened.
So
and I received the 2 first-class free tickets is because sometimes when you're on a TV series, they give you round-trip tickets. These weren't used. And generally when the production closes, you can't go back and get these tickets. They're gone. They move on. The accountants leave. They're on to another thing. But I really pursued. It was almost, it could like 0.0001% it would happen. And I called and I called and I called and I got the tickets. And that's how it
Wow.
happened. Yeah.
Wow. And where did you meet Swamiji first?
In Seattle.
Oh, so you flew from New Zealand all the way to Seattle?
Yes. And I just found out last week that one of the Seattle disciples said, I remember when you came because they were saying, there's some woman coming from New Zealand. She saw Swamiji on YouTube. She's coming from New Zealand. And that must have been me.
I'm sure it was you flying all the way across the world from one corner, New Zealand, to all the way to the other end, which is Seattle. Amazing, amazing story. So, what is your experience of Devi Parashakti that you would like to share?
Oh, okay, yes. First, I have to say, since the darshan, it's like Devi's eyes are right here. They're right in front of me, and they have been in front of me. It's been 5 days. It's like when I'm looking out, I only see her eyes. I'm looking through her eyes. It's just the most beautiful experience. I was really, really looking forward to this darshan, and it was the kind of darshan where the screen is split, and so Devi is looking at me, and I'm looking at Devi Parashakti. So, that was just so powerful. And one of the things that I wanted to ask Devi is, my mother had passed away a year ago. And although I knew that my mother was in the fold of Swamiji, still I had sadness. And on a being level, I knew, but I had this sadness that I experienced actually every morning. So when I'd go to work in the morning and I'd do my puja, I'd have a big cry, just missing my mother, missing holding her hand, missing kissing her, missing everything about her. And it didn't seem to stop. It's been a year, and I've been crying every morning, sometimes at night. And then after I cry, I'm good. I don't even think about her. I just go on my day working on the film set. But it's been a year, a little bit over a year, and that's what I wanted to ask her. So when finally my name and it was my turn, and I wanted to tell the Divine Mother, the mother about my mother, like the Maha Mother about my mother. I couldn't get the words out. There was so much emotion, but what was so beautiful is she was looking at me and she knew. And then I said, I have so much pain. I feel so much sadness. And she said the most beautiful thing. She said, she said that my mother was in Kailasa with her. And she said that, that she would come in my dream and she will give me darshan, and that only goodness and blessings will be sent to me. And at that moment, I felt a visceral shift. And then she said, I will take all of your pain and your suffering from your mind. And that's what it was. It was just my mind that was getting in the way. And it happened. And so what happened is that so much bliss exploded in me for days, and my whole being relaxed. Something extraordinary happened to me. The tears were flowing for days and days, but I was just in this ecstasy, continuously dancing, so light, just knowing my mother's in Kailasa. Oh my God, how wonderful is that? So no sadness. The crying has there is no crying in the morning, there's no crying at night. It's just such a restful place I have in my heart for my mother. It's quite beautiful. And only she could have done that, you know, and I just feel so blessed. So, so blessed.
Wow.
And everyone could relate to that too, because everyone, on this film that I'm working with, there are 3 women that have lost their mothers, and one woman, because we were talking about it, and they're all crying as they're talking about it. And one woman lost her mother 15, 16 years ago, and she's still crying.
She's
And
still having the pain.
she still has the pain. And I just think to myself, oh, how blessed are we? How blessed are we to have this opportunity to be showered upon? And before I began with this first question, Devi said to me, I am giving you all the arts, and I'm giving you the name Kaladevi. That to me that just brought my name to another whole. I know when I do makeup now, it's just going to explode. You know, I was concerned. I was a little concerned because of what's happening in terms of mandating certain things and having. But now I know that the art that I'm giving, that she has given to me, how can anyone refuse? Like, it won't matter. They'll just, you have to find a way to bring her in. That was such a blessing to know that my name comes from that space. Wow. So, and so much more. I received so many. The beautiful thing is when you ask for something, then Amma says, and what more do you want, daughter? Like, ask more. It's like a never ending of giving and compassion. Oh, so much, so much. Yes.
And so beautiful, Ma. And I actually wanted to tell all our viewers, Ma, Kaladevi had a private dial the avatar call with Devi Parashakti herself. So all the Padapuja participants who have not had their dial the avatar call, you get an opportunity to ask your question directly to Devi Parashakti. And Devi Parashakti directly interacts with you, reveals from the Akashic readings. So it was like an one-on-one interaction Kaladevi had with Devi Parashakti during the Dial the Avatar blessing call, where Parashakti asked her, what more you want? What more you want? Keep asking. And, you know, she gave her all the blessings and the boons, and we can see the glow and the smile and the happiness radiating through Kaladevi's space. Just imagine you get to interact with Devi Parashakti, and she is continuously asking you, just ask what more you want, what more you want, what boons you want. So beautiful, Kaladevi. And anything else that you would like to share about your Devi Parashakti experience?
Well, there are so many boons, but well, one thing that she did say, and I had to look it up on the internet. Well, I can just I'll share a few things, and one of the things is I didn't ask for wealth, and the reason why I didn't ask for wealth is because I've been showered with so much from Swamiji. So I didn't even go there. And then I realized, oh my goodness, if I'm not asking for it, because past, present, and future all exist at this moment, it's already here. And so that was quite beautiful. I didn't ask for that. And so, but what's great when you have the one-on-one is Devi can read on your being, can hear what your being is saying, even though I'm not verbalizing it. And so she gave me some boons that I didn't ask for. But one thing that she did say is she's giving me the 16 wealths. And I thought, oh my goodness, what are they? After the next morning, I thought, I need to find out what are the 16 wealths. And I looked them up. And there's nothing that is left out of there. So shall I share with you what the 16 wealths are? I couldn't believe it.
Yes,
like,
yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead. I'm sure all our viewers are curious what those 16 wealths are because so many have heard Devi Parashakti bless that. So please go ahead and share for the benefit of our viewers.
okay, the first one is fame. The second one is knowledge. The third one is courage and strength. The fourth one is victory. Now that one, that's one I never would have thought of, and I really would love that one. Children. The sixth one is valor. The seventh one is gold, precious stones, and valuables. The eighth one is grains. I would consider that like organic food overflowing in the garden. The ninth is happiness. 10th is bliss. 11th is intelligence. 12th is beauty. 13 is higher goals, higher thinking, and meditation. 14 is morality and ethics. 15 is health. And 16 is long life.
Wow. Everything comes under this. What more can you even think or ask for?
No, no, I will say higher goals, thinking, and meditation, we think of that as enlightenment. Yes, there's nothing left out, nothing.
Exactly.
You can live 200. You can have everything. Oh, it's just too good to be true. There's no room for self-doubt in anything anymore. There's no room, nothing. It's all given. And then the last, and there was more that, of course, that Amma said to me, but the last thing when she says, is there anything more that you want? Could you imagine, like after this, it was like, well, that's everything. There's nothing. So it's such a beautiful blessing. I encourage everyone to do the one-on-one. It's, amazing.
Beautiful. Just one last thing I wanted you to share. I know you are on your path to becoming a Sarvingapita Ejaman. Being a part of Kailasa, wanting to contribute your time, talent, and treasure to Kailasa. So what is it that made you take that decision or made you take that step towards becoming a part or by being a Sarvingapita Ejaman, contributing to Kailasa? What made you take that step?
Well, Swamiji has given me so much. And I just want to say, since Swamiji's been in my life, my career has just gone in a skyrocket direction. So everything is, my relationships, everything's bigger, everything expanded. My circle of influence expanded, my bank account expanded, my relationships were more harmonious and more fulfilling. I was more fulfilled. So much was happening for me that I wanted to give back. And of course I want to give back in a way that is going to help others. So even when it comes to Pada Puja, for me, it's. I know that the Pada Puja goes to the sadhus and the monks, so I want to help them, and so I want to give to help because I have so much. I've been given so much. I just love Swamiji so much that I just want to give him. I want to create whatever I can to help the mission, and it's happening, and it's happening. And when I first began my Savanyavita, when I first gave my initial, I was a quarter way there. I just gave it, and I really, my accountant says, "What? How could you give this money? You're only supposed to give 10%. It's too much. The IRS is going," and the IRS did get in touch with me. They went because they didn't understand. I had to show the papers, and everything was okay. But that came back in such a multitude of ways in my work, and so I don't think about that anymore. I don't worry about that anymore. I just know how it works. And I know that's how it works.
Wow.
It's the mathematics of the cosmos.
The mathematics of the cosmos. So beautifully put, Kaladevi. Thank you so much for your kind contribution, your support, and for coming live and sharing your experience, enriching the whole world. Because we all need to understand how things work. We all need to know where we need to contribute, where we need to actually even putting your lifetime investment, where we need to contribute, where you need to take that step to support the cosmos, to support some global cause, which comes back as so much of blessings and showerings. And especially at this time when the world is going through this COVID pandemic, take the step in the right direction. Take the step in a way which can earn you the cosmic currency, which can always keep your family healthy, wealthy, having manifesting all the best auspicious things in life. Come and join Kailasa, the best place you can put your offerings, your investments, your life into. So come and be a part of Kailasa in any and every which way. Inviting everyone who's watching this to sign up to be a Sarvajñapita Ejaman to contribute to Kailasa. Thank you so much, Ma Kaladevi, for coming and sharing your experience live.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you. And before we move on to the next devotee who's here eagerly to share her experience with us, let's take a short break.
Once, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, my guru, gave me an instruction and then he asked, "Will you do it?" I was shocked. I immediately